Hello everyone, and welcome to the Patterns and Change page of my blog site. Today we want to investigate the process of meditation so that you can understand why it only takes seconds to meditate. This is not a meditation where you sit down, but I want to show you the few second process that was used by the ancient Egyptians and compare it to the mentality we have in our civilization today. Let's say that on a given morning you're walking to work and you see a friend across the street, a friend that has done you a tremendous favor, and you want to thank them for it and go shake their hand or something like this. You call out to that person, and of course that person responds to you. It is a trigger mechanism between the two of you. You recognize each other from your memory of that person. At that point, you have feelings of gratitude for what they've done for you. Therefore, you go through a routine of showing that person how much you really appreciate what they've done. As you finish off your talk with that person, you walk away, and your reward from that routine of thanking that person, your reward is that good feeling that you did a wonderful thing. And you walk away with a self-belief. That self-belief goes into the pineal gland and builds a pattern that becomes you. What you just did is not just a vanishing act that is over and forgotten. It may be forgotten, but it is not over. It is marked within you. Now, let's go into the ancient Egyptians and see what kind of day they might, any man or woman of the ancient Egyptians might have in a similar situation. Let us say that as an ancient Egyptian, you are once again walking the street, getting ready for your day's activities, and immediately you are triggered by seeing someone you want to do business with. Now you see the mentality at that time. These people had meditated so much and was so ecstatic in their daily life. Their full intention was to give only that which would make you to be loved. You got to remember, those people did not have a religion yet. They also did not have a basis for right from wrong, because no individualism had started yet. They lived as a whole. That's how nature began to teach these wonderful people, because they had lost their jungle mentality hundreds of years before. There was no more this barbarous might over right, take over or be taken over, kill or be killed type of mentality. These people learned to work together and love each other and give to each other in a relationship that could not be surpassed and has never been surpassed since. Now here is a trigger of what might go through your mind as an ancient Egyptian at that time. I want to give you wonderful things from your ecstatic self of you. That was the mentality. Everyone had the same ecstatic self. The laws of God worked the same all the time among each other. If you feel pain, it's because you have in some way violated a definite law in nature. Otherwise, you will stay in a balanced condition. When you have no problems and you are creating constantly and your body feels great, you feel ecstatic, you have reached that wonderful point of balance. That's the point you want to achieve in each one of your lengthy meditations. Now, another one of my sayings that I got from my meditation: the self is within all of us and is not divided among us. They knew that. They knew that God centered every particle in the universe, every particle of Earth. This is how they knew the Earth was round. We lost that ability. We lost that knowledge whenever we lost that civilization. We'll talk about that at a later time. Your wonderful self will cause you to march to your own success right now. Now, this is what the ancient Egyptian would do. they were triggered, then the routine of march to your success. Go over to that person that you want to do business with and meditate within seconds to know how to sell your idea to that person. And that will touch that person's inner soul, and right away you have got what you really went after. That is how the process of meditation actually works. I can give so much to thee which is beyond the words of thee. Thou fully understands every flash of me. That's what your relationship would have. That person would understand what a flash of ecstatic knowing you had just experienced, and they want a part of that. I want you to get used to that language, because it is you'll begin to comprehend as you meditate in moment-to-moment flashes throughout your day. I want you to recognize that wonderful ecstatic feeling you get from a brilliant idea. Once again, one of my meditations for this video was, I can skip body awareness instantly. Sometimes I can cause you to do the same and experience your glorious inner self. That's what you do when you help someone else experience beauty in any number of ways. Realize that you are vitally important to someone out there, and that vital importance, they are looking up to you. Don't judge yourself by how you feel about yourself. Get out there and get some wonderful experiences inside yourself. You will feel closer to ecstatic knowing than you ever have before. This is the attitude of the day. All peoples of that ancient time loved the light of self and fully believed in all forms in life were made by the loving one God that was within every particle of the universe. There was no two sides to anything. We must complete the self of all things, and that is the cube sphere of perfection. I'll talk more about that later. I know the idea of cube sphere has not been brought into my videos. However, we will be talking about it as we get into the mathematics of form and the 18 dimensions, and talk about time. The sooner we begin obeying that wonderful one within by meditating, the sooner we will reach our full potential. And finally, there's really no need to close my eyes to be aware of my inner light. This is how those people could meditate so instantaneously. They had no need to close their eyes, because they could go beyond body awareness and into their spiritual awareness. This is the process that they went through for their meditation, and it multiplied and built up to the point where they did wonderful, genius work in their lives. Thank you so much. I want you to keep in mind what I've just said and practice your meditation. Go back to the video of step 1 of meditation and work with it. Before long, we'll be stepping off into the second step of meditation, and that's where we start solving some problems. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and joyous weekend. Good day.